What a ridiculous place to have a morning coffee. I just think how a proper photographer would have a bloody field day here. This is just out of a postcard or something. Alright, well, it's time to bid farewell to this lovely spot. I am going to take that path I saw last night. I basically had three choices: go over the ridge, go back the way I came, or try this path out, this trail. The trail I came in on just doesn't look like it's used much. This one, at least the first 20 feet, looks like it's used more. So I'm going to give that a try. Interestingly, on the trail I came in on, which is over where came out near where I camped, did come within like 150 meters or so when I was bushwhacking of the Great Divide Trail. The Great Divide Trail took a little turn up to the west a bit, so I mean, obviously I can make it out that way, no problem. I assume that trail goes right to the GDT, but I'm thinking this one does too, or maybe to the top of the ridge, which would be nice. Yeah, a less steep part than what I was thinking of doing. Yeah, another day of exploring, and I'll be doing a loop route, and of course the going back to the car part is, I don't know if there's a trail there either, so that could be interesting. So it's going to be a lot of exploring today, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Oh boy. So, deja vu all over again. That was a very promising trail, but it petered out pretty quickly. Now it's kind of, oh, maybe that's it down there. Now it's like trying to discern the trail from animal tracks. Oh my god, it's a trail again. Yeah. Well, okay, I feel better now. I thought I was going to be, but I think it is going to be a bit like yesterday. Once I hit that trail, it's just going to be, you really have to pay attention, and if you lose it, look around. This is the direction I want to go in, so even if I hadn't regained the trail, I'd probably still keep going the way I was going there, and probably would have hit it again, I guess. Well, that trail is actually going quite well, and then I saw a clearing that looked interesting, so I kind of just snipped into the clearing. It was right there. And then there was an opening that led to another clearing, which is down there. Then I saw this, so I walked to there, and so now I'm here, and I'm like, well, at some point either I got to go back and follow the trail, or do I see what's up here? Very wet around here. Makes it easy for certain people, things to dig. Water's coming from there. So, you know, I just feel like I need to take a look up ahead a bit further. You can always come back, it's not a big deal. At least it's downhill back to the trail. And the trail is going a different direction from how I came in. Sort of a 90-degree angle. But it's a trail. It's not well used. It's definitely a better trail than I had yesterday. So I think I'm just gonna check this out. Maybe just another 100 feet and see what we can see. So I kept coming up from there. Some very nice wildflowers. And I think I may be rewarded, because now the big ridge, maybe you can't see it, is kind of there. So this is but there's definitely a gap in the trees up there. So I may get rewarded. And there's no trail here. It's just, it just looked interesting. Sometimes it pays to just check stuff out. I mean, oh my God, here we are. So I just kind of came from down there through those trees, and my trail that I followed, I guess, kind of went down there. It's hard to see, I'm trying to point it out here, but there is a gap in the trees where the lake is, right there. I think I'm pointing at the right spot. And obviously that's the mountain backdrop. Got some larches out here. You can kind of see where the river is that I followed up, more or less. So yeah, I'm definitely going out a different way. So I don't know where that trail goes that I was on. I'm thinking it just kind of continues through these trees and joins GDT there somewhere. Oh boy. Well, I didn't start out intending to climb this ridge, but I have. Oh well. You know, you just keep going because there's something more interesting just up ahead. So you can't quite see from here, but there's interesting looking rocks there. So as I kind of was coming up there, I'm like, I saw that, and you know, I'm like, well, it's not that much further, is it? Here are my funny rocks. Oh, a little ways to go. See the other side. Oh. Well, can't stop now. It's easy from here. Again, other side of the ridge. That's a protected area there, of course, and across the river I follow, I strike there, you can see the clear cuts of the logging. Quite the juxtaposition. So it is nice to have these areas, not just of course for the wildlife, but you know, for us to wander around in. So my next challenge is, it's nice being up here, is getting back to the car. And I believe, I can't quite see the screen very well, there's a little, you can see, you almost see a little junction there. I'm parked, I think right there if I'm pointing correctly. The road continues that way, whoops, that way, and then the river comes there. I'm parked like right there. So how do I get from here to there? I'm not going to go down there, that's quite steep, and there's clearly snow in the trees. So I'm going to go back the other side of the ridge, and that'll at the very least connect me with that trail I'm on. And I mean, the Great Divide Trail is down there somewhere. I could get cliffed out though, so I'll stay with the safe bet. So I'll have to, I want to check my GPS, of course, and just see what the elevation gain was to get up here. It was decent. I'm a couple hundred meters, 300, I'm not sure, but I'll look at it when I get home. But doing that with a 35-pound pack or 40-pound pack would have been a lot tougher. So I think at the very least, really sort of justified the effort I put into over the last year, I guess, since I started, in getting my base weight down. So it's important. It just makes things easier. And I really didn't, you know, I think probably with the water, I got almost a full load of water. Probably the 25 pounds really didn't bother me coming up here, and it was pretty steep at times. So definitely worth getting the base weight down. That was that's clear. because it really makes it a lot more enjoyable to do things like this. Making my way down here, and I'm just going to head down. I'll just kind of head down here to that clearing. It looks like a pretty obvious first step. I came up from over here, and there's a lake again. So that trail presumably kind of comes through here, and the GDT I guess skirts that hill and is in there somewhere. So I think the plan is to clearing, hopefully find that trail I was on, either way hit the GDT, then look for some kind of trail headed that way. So that's the plan. So this is the first clearing. There's no trail here, so I'm just going to keep heading that way. It's not as bad as it looks. These are coming down, of course. Trees have thickened up a bit, so I have to find a way forward. That's a bit slightly trail-like feature. Maybe not. So there's a lot of that going around. Just kind of managed to find the path of least resistance and made it through. Still no sign of an intersecting trail. I'm definitely up on a ridge. This might be that ridge I first climbed up on, somewhere over there. So that makes sense. Again, I will take the path of least resistance along this ridge. Well, I can keep going. So I know at some point I'm going to hit a trail. This is looking quite promising. So yeah, I'm just gonna, this is looking pretty good. This must be that rest of that ridge I saw. Well, I didn't find the trail, but I found a swamp. Just came out through these trees here, and another decision point. There's that, which could be a trail. I don't know. It's at least clear for the first 10-20 feet. Or is there something over here that is more trailish? Oh boy. There's only one way to find out. Again, poke you around, and doesn't look like much, but this looks trailish. Huh, yeah, this actually, oh yeah, wow. This has to be a trail, and it has to be my trail I was on. Or it's a very nice animal path. Either way, no, it's not. Is wandering a bit, which is worrisome. All right, well, doesn't look good there. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, just gotta get through the trees. It's that kind of trail, I think, if it's a trail. So this is the trail. I'm back on it now. So since the last time I checked in there, I lost it, I found it, I lost it. It really is debatable whether it's a people trail or not. I think it is. It's going the right direction, but it is not what I'd call distinct. You definitely have to pay attention, and it is a little bit better than bushwhacking, and you're really hoping that whoever made the trail, be it man or beast, is going the way you want to go and doesn't take you to some obstacle that is sketch. You can see the trail's kind of petering out again, so I'm gonna have to start paying attention again. Yeah, see, this is what happens. I think this might be it. Yeah. Find it, lose it. But yeah, this is, I mean, now I'm kind of like, I just lost it, and it looks good both ways. So again, once again, check out this way first and see if this actually looks okay. Yep. Jesus. Here we go. Back on the quote-unquote trail. So that's the nature of the beast. That's what this, since I left the GDT, I got a branch that's tagging along here. Since I left the bloody Jesus. Since I left the GDT to go to the lake and now coming back, this is what it's been like. Which is, I guess I didn't really follow trail this morning. I did for a bit, and this could be the same one, but I don't know if it was the right one. I went for a ridge walk, so I lost that. I have no doubt that somewhere along the GDT is a very nice trail that goes to the lake. That is nice and easy to follow. But I may never find that out, because when I hit the GDT, I'm going to hang a right to look for, hopefully, a trail back to where I parked. Yeah, see, you just gotta pay attention. Jesus. I think this is, or I'm just bushwhacking at this point. It's hard to tell. It's kind of nice to occasionally come across a clearing, because then I can kind of take a look around and see if there's a way. I don't know if I ever had a trail back there. Animal pass, perhaps. You know, it's a point, I mean, that's some serious bushwhacking just now. I'm actually just looking for a seam going in the general direction of north, because I'm trying to intersect the GDT, and you know, at some point I may even intersect that trail I found yesterday after I side hilled up the ridge. So I'm gonna hit a trail at some point. It's just a matter of getting there, and you know, that's serious bushwhacking through those woods. I mean, it's just, I'm surprised I'm not all cut up. Don't see any damage to anything. I don't think I've lost anything, but that's how tight it's been. It's been bushwhacking for sure, and just looking for a seam that's going in the right direction. So I found this. Take a look around, try and find something to follow, whether be it a trail, a seam, or we'll go that way. So I don't know how many people see this part of the woods, or would want to, for that matter. This GPS track is going to look interesting when I put it on the maps. Nice and quiet. Well, I was right. I was just standing up there a minute ago, so I just wandered down, and here we go. This is a trail. My guess is this is the trail I intersected yesterday. And I see boot prints And I don't think they're mine, because I'm pretty sure I intersected it further up. So it could be. I finally found the actual trail to that lake, which is thrilling. Yeah, boot prints. I don't know whose they are, not mine. And definitely a nice boggy trail to follow. That was exciting. Should be smooth sailing, fingers crossed, to the GDT from here. I'm assuming I'm not on the GDT. That's actually a possibility, but it looks, that's possible, but I don't think so. Instantly, as soon as I turn the camera off, there it is. This is obviously the GDT. Someone has put an arrow. The northbound people, make sure that they go the correct way. And this is clearly, well, I don't know if it's clearly because I haven't actually done the whole trail. I assume this is the trail to that lake. So that's good to know. I'm going to stick a waypoint here for future reference. And I'm going to head south. And my hope is I'm going to find a nice, obvious trail to the east to get back to that logging road and find my car. Well, this has really turned into a really nice, pleasant walk in the woods. It's really an interesting, there's no views or anything, but it's really an interesting forest to walk through. Clearly old growth, you know, particular trees in front of me. Just has that sort of air about it of being old, and then you run into big trees. Like this is I guess that's a birch tree. I mean, it's covered in moss. I mean, it just looks kind of cool. It's a big tree. A lot of big trees. I don't know anything about trees, but there's a lot of cobwebs too, a lot of spider webs. Someone's got the branches off of that one. All right, just 50 feet further on, and I've been down this road before. It's a very enticing trail on both sides. And it's the first time I've been able to glimpse, might rain, add to the misery. Okay, I'm kind of liking this a bit better. It's not that much further, so it probably goes the same place, but this is such a good trail that the GDT people have X'd out. So people don't go that way by mistake. So given it's starting to rain, I think I have the right trail. This is a scrambler's route. And it's going along the ridge I want to go along. And I think this is about as good as it's going to get, because the next trail that I know of that goes to the road is quite a bit further on, which would make for a very long day. So hopefully this works out. It's not the most robust of trails, but there's the bushwhacking, if necessary, looks easier. And I just hope this continues, at least like this. Getting worried. Oh, there it is. All the way back to the road. And if it doesn't, hopefully I don't have to do some serious bushwhacking. This is okay, because you can get through this. I mean, that other stuff is just nasty. I wish it wasn't raining, so I feel like I'm rushing a bit. I'd rather not, but you can kind of see what this trail's like. This is about as close to bushwhacking as you can get, yet still be on some kind of trail. Yeah, I'd prefer not to feel rushed, but it is sprinkling. I don't care about that. But I don't think an umbrella is going to fare very well in here. That's something I hadn't really thought about. That said, I didn't even bring my Frog Togs jacket. This is one night. I figure if it's raining on the way back, and it's supposed to rain this afternoon, I'll just tough it out. So it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do. Now I'm a bit, that looks like the trail. That was close. So, I mean, this is okay, but you know, if I'm bushwhacking at any point, you know, obviously the umbrella is useless, and those Frog Togs will get ripped to shreds. I don't like wearing a rain jacket anyway. It's too damn hot. I'm already hot, and the rain doesn't bother me at all, so I'll probably be fairly wet in a little while. Okay, I gotta pay attention again, because you just take your eye off the ball, and just a little bit, there it is, Jesus, just a little bit, as I just did, and you lose it. I mean, the reason that I really want to take my time is this is, I assume, I have no idea, I guess this is an old growth forest, this bit. The trees don't look that big, don't look that old to me. Some of them are bigger than others, but I really kind of wanted to, you know, while I'm traveling through it, experience it a bit more. You know, maybe wander off trail occasionally, not too far, to check something out. And I spent a lot of time this morning going up that ridge. Not quite sure how long it's going to take me to get back to the car along this route. And then I got at least 3 hours to Calgary, so yeah, I guess I feel a bit more rushed than I want to. A status update. Maybe I'll put that away. I actually brought the umbrella out because it started raining, so it helped a bit. I'm wet. I guess I could be wetter. So I'm not really sure where the trail, I probably, and what I'm thinking actually, I mean, this is Scramblers Route. I mean, these people are just, you know, they probably just, you know, have their own routes, and there's no set route. I don't think enough people use this to make a proper trail, or because it really just became quite indistinct. But you know, the trees are fairly well spaced apart. I know where I'm going, I know where I am, so I'm just going to keep going and keep looking for ways to get ahead without getting, you know, too much into the brush. But so far so good. And I can actually hear a bit of water off to my right, which I presume is a creek, which I know I was kind of, it should have been there the whole time, and dumps into, when on my way in, I think I mentioned Lyle Creek, and I tried to look for it because I thought I'd be coming out there. So that could be it. I think it's on that side of me. So the car will be on the other side of that. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going basically straight ahead. And now that it's not raining so much, it really seemed it's a bit much for a while. I was like, don't know where you are, where you're going, pissing with rain. I was like, oh my God. So this is better. I feel a bit better about this now. I might have a snack. Definitely need some water. Well, sun is out. What a difference it makes. So I sort of noticed this little sunny patch over here, so I just nipped up the hill. I was just down there, and said, oh, I'll get me some sun. And I got this. Chainsawed fire. Very strange. And then even better, tape. Oh, okay. Pest management zone. That's what that's about then. Maybe that's what they were doing here. Chopped a tree down and burnt it to get rid of, I guess, pine beetles or something. Anyway, so I'm on one of my trail kicks where I think I have a trail. Always makes me feel better. Generally ends up in disappointment. No doubt in about 20 feet it will. But again, I know where I am, I know where I'm going. So, and you know, these will, if I wasn't going back to my car, where I had dry clothes and whatnot, and then there's a trail that goes across. Funny. I'll probably put on my gaiters and Z-Pac's rain skirt, because my legs are absolutely soaked, and if this is my only pair of pants, it'd be, although look at this, all of a sudden blue sky. Well, doesn't that make everything else so much better? And I'm thinking I might go that way, because I think my car is that way, but it was a hell of a river to cross. Well, it was like willows and all sorts. I'm just worried about the bushwhacking, whereas over this way it's more of a distinct river, not so much a plain with a bunch of willows and stuff. So I will be see where I end up. Don't know till I get there, really. It's all from memory from yesterday, and that's, memory's always suspect. See another little patch over there. Anyway, helps have the sun out. So about just a few minutes after that fire area, I'll call it, it's kind of beating around, making my way, and I saw this trail. I've been following it now for a few minutes, so I'm feeling pretty good about this one, and I've seen a bit more tree management stuff. Well, I saw another tape. This is much more distinct trail than I've had the pleasure of traveling on since the GDT. And well, it's not headed towards my car. I think that'd be a bit spoiled. I don't think anyone might park a bit further in probably than most. I think this is going to end up a little camping area about half a kilometer or kilometer south of my car, where probably most people would park if they were going to go do some scrambling and just kind of hoof it through the forest. So, and the sun is out. Got a snack and some water. So at this point I'm just zen with the trail thing. I just don't give a crap about the trails. It's like you're being teased. Anyway, so obviously I lost the trail again. It was a while back now. So I'm just really going straight for the river at this point. Downhill seems to be good. And again, bushwhacking's not too bad. And I see sunlight ahead. Oh, Jesus. I may have to go back uphill again. I don't know. I don't have far to go. This looks like a little clearing at least. So I'm just going to head down here, which might shed some light on what I do next, which is probably just more of this. This has certainly been what I would call an epic adventure. Oh. At least in this part of the forest, it's easy to get through, so that helps. I don't think this really changes the equation. I'm just going to kind of keep heading that way. See what happens. If the river's getting close. Half a click. Well, I took a piece of trail on the way down here. I'm just leaving it again because I don't really care about the trails. Very unhelpful. But I tell you what's been actually invaluable is this Sonoto clipper. I mean, it's been great because it's right on your wrist, and there's a little arrow on it somewhere. I set north for where I want the white arrow in the center to be pointing, and then I can keep a bearing more or less the way I want to go. So instead of wandering off to the left and, you know, hiking 2 kilometers parallel to the river, I can head straight for the river, which is invaluable bushwhacking because you have decision. Every tree, every impassable morass of vegetation, you know, am I going to go left or right? And so what it does, it kind of helps that decision and say, well, I really kind of want to get back on that bearing, so I'm going to go left here or right, whatever as the case may be. So I'm really loving this. This is fantastic because it's so easy just to glance at, and it's a good brand. It's you know, it's the accuracy you need for something like this. And the river's there. I can hear it. I can almost see it through the trees. I can't see it through those trees, so maybe I'll go that way. That would make sense. That way might be better. I'm not going to know what the river looks like till I get there in terms of crossing it. I know it's pretty shallow around here. I'm parked more that way. Not too far though, I think. So let's go look at the river. I mean, this is just too funny. I mean, I'm bushwhacking, so you can't really see where you're going. I know I'm at the river, so yay. But you know, just my luck. I just happened, I mean, couldn't have planned it better. I just happened to bushwhack, I just happened to bushwhack to the only place that's like a 30-foot drop to the river. I mean, check this out. I mean, come on. Really? It's got to be kidding me. I mean, anyway, right down there is a flat spot, and obviously right there. So, you know, my bushwhacking days aren't done yet. And then of course I have to get over there. And this is kind of what I was afraid of, was this looks like a marshy mess. And I can see like a pond there. And it's marshy there. I'm kind of liking this and that. So I may just cross right there. Right, just, if I'm pointing correctly, I don't know. Anyway. And then my car, I think, is somewhere over there. I believe. May have to walk for a little bit, but anyway. Jesus. I mean, I've been bushwhacking for like hours. And really? Jesus. The only 30-foot drop. Well, oh boy. Alright, well, actually it just occurred, there's a decent bank over there, so that looks like hopefully that's a good spot over there. So this is actually a little more challenging than it looks. There's a decent amount of water coming around. I just kind of strolled around the side there. This looks like the best spot. Obviously it's cutting against that bank, it's pretty deep there. So, and this is deep and fast, but I do have some things there to help me across. There's a tree, some trees there, and you can see, I don't know if you can see there's a bit of water there. So this actually is not as good as it looks. It actually looks better down there. There's my cliff. Jesus. So I don't even know if it really matters. I can just get to this island and go down there, and I think I should be able to cross pretty easily. At least there's rocks there, another beach type area. Well, that worked out okay. I got out of the river. The river was below the knees. It was fine. Then I started going through all this stuff, and it's like, you know, it's 5-6 feet. I was like, oh my God, how much of this am I going to have to go through? And I was really concerned because all I could see was, I think that's the road over there. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, look, another road. Or ATV trail, whatever. And then I can see down there, I can see the random camping spot. I can just see the guy's white trailer there I saw coming up yesterday. That was kind of what I was aiming for. Ended up here. And what I was not expecting, actually I'm not even sure if I was aiming for that, I was just aiming for, is I can actually see my truck, the reflection off the truck through the trees. It's right there. I'm like, oh my God. After all that, I mean, that was a hell of a day. I mean, the GDT was, and the bridge was fantastic, and bushwhacking to the down to the GDT was interesting, but going through there was another level of bushwhacking, and I really, now I'm out of it, I enjoyed it. I might have some more bloody water across here as far as I know. Well, yeah, it's wet here. May not be out of the willows yet, but I don't have far to go. So it was definitely difficult, but it was also good. It was a good learning experience because it was a safe space. You know, I got rivers on both sides. I got a well-marked trail behind me, and a river on this side, and a road. Logging road. I mean, but there's people here, right? There's a guy camping right there. So that was good. And you know, yeah, I relied on the GPS a bit, but actually that little compass is very helpful for just for bushwhacking. And you got to trust your instruments, as they say, and your instincts as well, of course. So I am shocked that I'm actually almost at my truck after all that, because that was crazy. I can see it. It's I don't know, you may not see it. It's like right there. So I think I'm just going to go, I may just go straight, because what the hell, I think I'll go to that tree, because maybe there's a bit of a Jesus. Jesus, there it is. Oh my God. Well, I got dry clothes in the car. I got some snacks, another Gatorade. All this stuff is thrown in the back. I'm good to go. And 3 hours home. Not a big deal. I sent a text to my wife when I get to the bloody mosquitoes. Get. Tell her I'm on my way. But wow. All I can say is wow. Sometimes it's good to stretch yourself, you know, within margins of safety, which I think is I had. And I think it paid off, and that's a good experience. I would not take bushwhacking lightly. I mean, there are definitely spots you do not want to bushwhack. Sorry, not paying attention. You don't want to bushwhack a kilometer in dense forest. I mean, it's horrendous. So there we go. Home sweet home. Unbelievable.